The Babadook is written and directed by Jennifer Kent and stars Essie Davis and Noah Wiseman, and is the story of a single mother with a son, a little shitty, annoying, awful little son, and her husband's dead and it's been a long time. She's dealing with grief and depression, and a book turns up at their house they find called Mr. Babadook, and it's fucking terrifying and scary, and the son is terrified of this book and starts having horrible just fear of this Babadook character, and then that spreads over to her, the mom. And then this movie is very much, it is sort of a horror movie, but it's also a metaphorical movie about fear, depression, grief. And I love this movie. This is an amazing horror film. If you haven't seen it, I'm just saying it right now, check it out. This movie is a must-see. It is great. If you're into just very typical lame horror movies, like I just want jump scares and a very predictable movie, maybe not. But if you want like a good horror movie, something unique, something that deals with real psychological horror, this'll get you. This is a great horror movie. Essie Davis, fantastic. Really, she was Oscar worthy in this and got snubbed. She got snubbed, I tell you. She has to play a very depressed, grief-stricken single mom who's like just her life sucks and she's very unhappy. And she's got a horrible kid. He's just the most obnoxious, awful, annoying little prick. It's like so many scenes in the movie. I would not have blamed her if she just turned around, screamed in his face, and slapped the shit out of him till his teeth came out. I would. In her position, I probably would have beat that kid up. Okay? I would have beat that kid. Discipline, okay? He needed some. But she's also, like, she's a mom, so it's like, she's not immediately like, shut up, you little punk, and knock his teeth out, but it's like she's trying to love her kid that she obviously... No one likes this kid. There's a great scene where they're talking to the aunt, like her sister, and she's like, you never come to visit. It's like, because I can't stand your son. It's like, I agree with you. The kid's awful, but she wants to love her kid and take care of him, but she's just dealing with a lot of shit, and it just only gets worse when that Mr. Babadook book shows up. And Noah Wiseman as the kid, holy crap, he's really good because he does exactly what he needs to, because the kid is super unlikable, irritating, frustrating. You just want to grab him and snap his fucking neck! And he's really good at that. And like, he has times where he's likable, and you understand it's like he's a 7-year-old kid, but 7-year-old kids are pretty goddamn annoying, so he's good at it. And the book too is very scary. It's a creepy ass book. I believe they actually sold a certain amount. They had a certain amount of books made, pop-up books, and if I'd known about it at the time, I only found out about that more recently, but if I knew about it, I might even go look it up and see if I can find one on like Amazon or something. I don't know if I'd want it though. I'd be very scared, like having it. I'd open like 1 or 2 pages, freak out and throw it across the room. And Jennifer Kent, as the writer and director, wrote a great movie. Really well structured, unique, interesting. It's not just about a monster. There's like deep themes here, and it's a great allegory, metaphorical movie. And yeah, but also, like, as a director, it's a beautiful looking movie. So many great shots, so many interesting aspects. Like how they show people sleeping or waking up. Like the way they do time lapses or the imagery of people having dreams. It's like some really cool stuff she shows. And then dealing with the Babadook. Like the book itself, it's just like, that's scary. That's some scary shit. And it's just like them reading the book freak me out. And then when you see the Babadook, like there's a couple times where it's like, holy shit, they did it right. They did it perfect, because the soundtrack to this movie, the score, it's got some creepy music, but overall it's a very silent movie. It's more about sound effects, like the monster, the Babadook. There's like insect noises and creepy otherworldly type sounds, and that's where the horror from them comes from. And also, like, there's a part where there's something, oh, look over there, look back, there's something there. Like, they did it good because it wasn't boom and then there's the loud sound effect and the creepy music. It was silent. They played in pure silence. She looks suddenly, what the fuck? And just the imagery is terrifying. I was sitting here in my room by myself, headphones on, watching the movie, and I went, holy shit! Like, I freaked out. It creeped me the hell out. And also another great thing about her direction, the decision for how to make this movie ultimately as terrifying as it could be, is minimalism. Not like the Babadook's here. We get to see it a few times, but it's scary because we don't see it. There's so many times it's just playing with noises and sounds and darkness. They're at home and in their bed at night, and they just, half the room is utter blackness and you can't see. And that's even scarier than ever showing a monster, is not showing one. Just showing darkness, and your mind starts filling in the blanks and just scaring the shit out of you because it's like, what is in there? Is something there? That's scarier than anything. You could make a whole horror movie where you never see anything and it's just black, dark corners of a house. Darkness and shadows is terrifying. It freaks the shit out of me, and in this movie, it's so effective. They do it perfectly. It's a terrifying, subtle, not over the top at all horror movie. They really masterfully done, super artistic and incredibly acted, written, directed. It's one of the scariest movies I've ever seen in my life. It's all psychological suspense horror. It's great. It's some terrifying imagery, like I said. And if they got to do something where like, hey, look at that. Here, have a good look for a second. No like jump music or nothing. No bad jump scare. It's a great subtle horror movie that's still like one of the scariest movies I've ever seen in my life. I remember like last year I did my favorite horror movies. I don't remember if I mentioned Babadook, but it might be my favorite. It's at least up there. It is an amazing movie in general and an amazing horror movie. One of the best there is. I would give the Babadook an A+. This is just an amazing movie. It's one of my favorite movies of the horror genre, and in general, it's just an amazing movie I love to death. It's great. Everything about it, masterful. I love it so much. I highly recommend you check it out if you haven't seen it. Comment below if you have. Tell me your thoughts on the Babadook, and thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later.